Every time I open up TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, even without fail, I am bombarded with girls who have curated the perfect morning routine. Whether it's waking up and doing some manifestation or some mindfulness, gratitude, yoga, or going straight to eating, working out outside, I have always felt a little disconnected from this type of content creator because I don't have a morning routine. And I often wondered why, and why was it such a big crucial thing on the internet, until I realized that people wanted me to make a YouTube video of my morning routine and what I do as soon as I wake up and how do I accomplish all my goals. Then I realized I was the outlier here. Many people who manage and maintain their own businesses outside of a typical 9-to-5 have a pretty structured morning routine. And even people that do have 9-to-5s, they also have morning routines so they can accomplish their personal goals outside of work before they go to work. And I didn't realize that this was such a popular thing until people started asking me for my morning routine and how do I start the day, especially because I am someone who has accomplished a lot in my lifetime, but I didn't realize that usually the morning routine, scheduling, and planning for things all go hand in hand. And then I realized ultimately that there was a part of the puzzle that was missing in my life, which is structure. But if you clicked on this video, you're probably feeling the same way that I did, where I'm lacking in structure. I don't have a morning routine. I'm abnormal here. Maybe we are a little bit, but also you should find some great comfort in this video because, hey, if I made it this far without a morning routine, anything is possible. But also, if I can do these 5 steps and build a morning routine from somebody who has never had a morning routine, you can do it too. So I curated this list to essentially bring you comfort, but also to get you started, because when I found out that this was a thing and that I wasn't on board or involved or had a plan, I knew that something needed to change. This technically isn't a first step, but I instantly spoke with my therapist about this because I felt so confused and so out of touch without a morning routine and how everyone else had one. And she actually helped me come up with the very first step. So this first step technically is backed by a therapist, although I am not one. But step 1. Come up with a list of good and bad habits that you currently have surrounding your morning routine. Now, you're going to want to be honest with yourself and really go deep and write them down like I did. It helps you really see that there maybe is a problem. Maybe there's something that you're missing every day. Like I'll read off a couple of mine. I have, for the good side, because we want to celebrate the positive first, that I wake up with plenty of time each morning. I do a pretty good job of making sure that I have an alarm set and I am up and doing the things that I need to do before I have places to be. Now, on the negative side about that, I love to sloth around and don't really have, where do I need to go each morning? It's just more of like, I'm up, I'm awake, I have 4 hours before I gotta be somewhere. Let's waste all that time. So then I'm rushing in the last 20 minutes. A good thing that I do is I never skip breakfast. I'm very good at making sure that every morning I am eating a well-balanced meal. And for somebody who has struggled with an ED, I definitely consider that being a positive thing because that was a very hard thing for me to change about myself. I'm constantly ridiculed online for, well, let's not get into that. Actually, we'll talk about my ED on another episode. Now, on the other hand, on the bad side, I have that I don't really have a plan every morning or structure. Yes, I get breakfast in, which is great. It's never consistently at the same time. It's never consistently a rotation of different meals. It's usually just last minute. Oh, I found this banana. I'm going to eat this banana. Or let's have hard-boiled eggs today. And not having a plan or structure for what I need to accomplish every morning, it definitely weighs me down. Once you've taken the time to make this good and bad list, you already have like 50% of the work done because you're already acknowledging the flaws in your current morning routine and you're also acknowledging the positive things that you've done in your morning routine. So step 2 is be proud of yourself that you want to make a change. I think a lot of times we get stuck in our basic routine, we get stuck in our daily grind, that we don't really take time to change or to look at some part of ourselves that maybe we would like to change. Personally, an example of this on myself is I recognize that I have a really great nighttime routine. I do an excellent job of making sure I'm light masking every single night, taking off all my makeup, making sure that I take some time off of my phone. And that's when I realized that my morning routine was suffering doing was because I recognized that my nighttime routine is a routine and it's down pat. Now that I've recognized that, I knew that there needed to be change. And the fact that you've clicked on this video and you recognize that there needs to be change in your life, you will find that this will be a lot easier for you once you just acknowledge and accept, I need to change up my morning routine. I want to try something different. I need to do something that's better for me. And that in itself is a celebration, in my opinion. So take some time to pat yourself on the back for the good things you have in your current morning routine. But now let's move on to step number 3. This one gets to be a little fun because I challenge you to go and do some research. Now, if you don't like Googling things online and reading hours and hours of articles like I do, what you can start with your research is by asking your friends. What do your friends currently do for their morning routines? Do they have a set pattern that they have every day? Do they not have one? Do they have a time that they like to have their coffee or their tea in the morning? Do they like to stretch right away? Do they go and work out right away? I always find it interesting to see, like, what are your friends currently doing in their morning routines, because you'll find that there's something in their routine that you might want to implement in yours. Or you might find some not so great things in their morning routine that you don't want to put in yours. Maybe don't tell them that, but just keep in mind what they do in their morning routine doesn't have to be what you do, but it could give you a really great idea of where to start. And it's you just doing some research amongst your friends, and you could possibly inspire them to fix their morning routine as well. Now, if you do like doing some research, I really love looking up articles online, but also watching YouTube videos. And I found the Huberman Labs YouTube channel. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but he actually put together a morning routine that is backed up by science. And one tidbit that he gave to me that I was not doing every day is waking up and instantly going outside and looking in the general direction of the sun. Now, I actually did some research on why is going outside as like the first 5 to 10 minutes of your day so crucial. And I found that it boosts your mood and lowers your stress, which is great. And I also found that seeing the color green also does both of those things as well. So it's good for you in your morning routine to get outside, look in the general vicinity of the sun. Obviously, don't make eye contact with the sun. Like, don't burn your retinas out. But like, look in that general area and just breathe in and breathe out. Some fresh air. They do also recommend you going for a walk right away in the morning, which I haven't quite adapted that into my morning routine, but you get the idea. Going outside is important and is actually quite good for your health, is what I found. Now that you've done some research, either talking to your friends or Googling some things online and watching some YouTube videos, now you can move on to the next step. Making your morning list routine. Now, I was actually dreading this part because sometimes there's certain like tasks that I don't really want to do, but I promise you it's easier than you think. I highly recommend using Canva. I've become a Canva advocate because I absolutely love utilizing it. It's free, and they even have a template on there that is a to-do checklist that you can go in and edit and put in all the different things that you would like to do each and every single day. In my opinion, it doesn't have to be in order, but I think making an actual list of the things that you would like to implement into your daily list will, one, cement it in your brain, and two, will also help you visually seeing it every day as like a nice checkpoint of like, oh yeah, I have to go and brush my teeth. Oh yeah, I am gonna work out today, so I don't need to get in the shower right away. I understand that making a list can sound kind of like stupid or childish, but one thing that I realized in my childhood is that I had two parents that weren't exactly parenting me. They were kind of more of playing a role model to me as like a best friend, and they were not teaching me structure. So a typical household will have like a checklist or an idea of what each child needs to do each morning before they go to school, which is like waking up, taking a shower, brushing your teeth, grabbing your lunch, those sort of things. Well, I was never raised with that structure. I would just wake up and go, oh yeah, I gotta go brush my teeth, and then I gotta go do this, and then I gotta go here. I was just kind of piecing together my daily routine as a child. And if you also had parents that maybe weren't as hands-on kind of like mine, that might be why your morning routine is suffering a little bit, because you are not used to having structure in your life. And that's okay. But as an adult now, or a young adult or a teenager who is ever watching this, it is now your responsibility to see those aspects in your life and recognize that, oh, I was not brought up to have structure in my morning routine, but now as an adult, I would like to have structure. So I'm going to make a list. And what I like to do is I made my list, I put it in like a clear slip so that I could use dry erase markers and check off my morning routine every single day as I'm doing it, because checking off things on a list gives me endorphins and makes me feel good about my choices. Yes, it does seem childish, but if you're an adult and you're really struggling with your morning routine, there might be something in your past that's contributing to it. So consider making this list, even though it may seem childish, but I promise you it will help you in the long run. It has totally changed my morning routine. Now, while you're writing your list right now, I actually have a couple suggestions that you could actually put on your list that maybe you didn't think of. So hear me out. One of the things on my list is telling myself 5 nice things about myself in the mirror each day. And let me tell you, this was so hard for me. I found myself looking in the mirror being like, you're going to accomplish things today. You're a great person. You're a good friend. You look great. Like, it started off so not great, but I'm telling you, I've been doing it every single day and I feel 1, so much better about myself, and 2, it's actually really helped me come up with more creative things about myself. Like today, for example, I said that I'm a really great writer and I want to write more today. And that felt so good to say to myself in the mirror. So consider maybe saying 5 nice things about yourself in the mirror. Consider going outside and stretching. I have started implementing this into my morning routine before I do anything. I wake up, I go outside, and I have a little morning stretch routine. You can actually watch it. It's here on my YouTube channel if you want to watch it and do it with me. It's super fun, very easy, light stretching, nothing crazy. I have found putting this on my to-do list actually gets me excited for the day, and it just fills my mind and my thoughts with like really positive vibrations. It really wakes me up from like the top of my head to the nails on my fingertips. So I highly recommend getting outside and doing some light stretching. Like I said, there's a video. I'll put it in the card up here. You can go watch it right after this video. And my last suggestion is listening to positive affirmations or like a meditation video. I know we said like no phone right away in the morning, but I have found that listening to someone telling me some positive thoughts or doing some morning meditation actually really helps me. I'm more positive. I'm going in a direction. Even though there are setbacks in life, I feel like setbacks are going to happen, hurdles are going to appear, and I'm just going to jump right on over them. And I think those morning like manifestations and those morning positive affirmations are the reason that throughout the day, instead of complaining about the daily grind or, you know, situations, I find myself trying to find the silver lining in everything. So maybe consider listening to a positive podcast or a meditation every morning. Put it on your to-do list. Those are just some soft suggestions. You don't have to do them, by the way. Also, would you like me to make a positive affirmation episode on Rooted in Positivity? Because I totally could write something up for you if you would like it. So leave in the comments below if you want me to make you a positive affirmation YouTube video. I actually really want to make one. That'd be really fun. Now, my 5th and final step is take it one day at a time. Now, this is where action comes into play, and now you get to go and restructure your morning routine. You've done all the work, you've done the research, you've made the list. Now you just get to wake up every day and follow it. Now, I will say, don't beat yourself up if it doesn't go well right away, or if you have to skip a day, or you're finding that there are certain things on your list that just aren't sticking. That's fine. You can modify your list any day, anytime, and you can start much smaller with some simple things like washing your face, brushing your teeth, you know, making your bed every day. You know, start small because you're implementing a new thing in your day every day. You're adding another checklist to your day. You're adding another set of structure to your day, and it's gonna take time. The first 2 or 3 days, I found myself really sticking to it, and then all of a sudden I had a booking and a paid job. It threw a wrench in my mental state of like, well, how am I gonna get all this done each morning? Well, I took the time and woke up a little bit earlier, went to bed a little bit earlier, so that way I could have a more successful morning routine the next day. Change isn't going to come easily if you don't embrace it and you don't give it a try. So I'm telling you, even if day 2 or day 3 doesn't go quite well, try again on day 4. Look at that list, figure out like what is really stumping you in your day, because if I truly can change my morning routine in these 5 steps, I believe anybody can. Thank you so much for listening to this Rooted in Positivity episode here on my Darewares channel. I've been wanting to make this video for such a long time because I've just been really thinking about my morning routine and really trying to work on it. And now I feel like my morning routine is cemented. Let me know in the comment section down below, 1, if you already have a morning routine, and 2, if you didn't have a morning routine, did this video help you? Because I would love to know if this is really helping you structure your day out and really helping you stay more positive and make yourself feel more like you're going somewhere in life, because we all want to be going and growing going somewhere. So thank you so much for joining me in Rooted in Positivity. Subscribe if you enjoyed listening, and I will see you Dare Wear Cubs in the next upload. Stay positive. Wah! Thumbnail pose. Like me? I could choose my morning routine. Great. Okay, thanks. Anyways, bye. Subscribe. Please subscribe. It's free. Please tell your friends. Send it to your friends. I just want everybody to be successful. Okay, bye.